A very good morning to all of you, my dear students of class 8 A. I hope आप बहुत अच्छे होंगे and you all will be very healthy also. At the same time, very good along with your family members. So, what we are discussing right now, we are discussing about the second chapter of our history book, and I have teach you yesterday. I am talking about right now the East Indian Company, how from trade to territory, how East Indian Company came for the purpose of trade and commerce, then how they changed themselves and cover, try to conquer the various kind of territory of Indian subcontinents. So we are studying this heading. Company rule expands. Okay. Company rule expands. We are going to study about this heading. Yesterday I told you that please read this heading also. How did Clive see himself? Okay. How did Clive see himself? We have to read it also. Okay. Then company rule expands. If we analyze the process of annexation of Indian states by the East India Company from 1757 to 1857, certain key aspects emerge. What are those key aspects? I mean, within the time period of 100 years, from 1757 to 1857, if we try to go through the annexation policy of East India Company, then some important key points emerge. The company rarely launched a direct military attack on a known territory. Instead of use a political, economic or diplomatic way. You know? We have we have discussed this thing also, subsidiary alliance. Yes, yesterday I finished a topic. I was trying to tell you something subsidiary alliance, so that's good. I have finished that one also, sorry. So now we will start with the sultan of the Tipu Sultan. We will start with Tipu Sultan, the tiger of Mysore. Now Mysore is a place in Karnataka right now, but during 17th-18th century, Mysore used to be an independent empire, and it was established by the father of Tipu Sultan named Hyder Ali. Okay, and Hyder Ali continued his struggle against East India Company and British Army, and between Mysore and East India Company, four battles were fought. Okay? First Anglo-Mysore War, Second Anglo-Mysore War, Third Anglo-Mysore War, and Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So in the starting two Anglo-Mysore wars, Hyder Ali fought against British East India Company. But the last two wars, it was Tipu Sultan who fought against East India Company. So Tipu Sultan is called the Tiger of Mysore. Tipu Sultan is called the Tiger of Mysore. He was very brave. He was very intelligent also. He expanded his relation with France, with other countries of the world to defeat East India Company. The company restored to direct military confrontation when it saw a threat of political or economic interest. Company used to interfere directly with the help of army when it used to get a notion that the politically or diplomatically situation is not under control them. When it saw a threat of its political or economic interests, this can be illustrated with the case of southern Indian state of Mysore. This can be easily understood. This can be easily expanded in the case of southern state like Mysore. Am I right? Mysore had grown in strength under the leader of powerful rulers like Hyder Ali, ruled from 1761 to 1781. है ना? Mysore was a very, I mean, Mysore was a very active state, and it was developing well under the leadership of Hyder Ali. who ruled from 1761 to 1782. And his famous son named Tipu Sultan ruled from 1782 to 1799. Mysore controlled the profitable trade of the Malabar coast. You know, Malabar coast is in Kerala. Okay, so Mysore controlled the profitable trade of the Malabar coast, where the company purchased pepper and cardamom. Now, pepper and cardamom is, as we know, that it's a spice, and pepper is also a spice. ठीक है ना? So both kind of things used to be purchased by uh, Tipu Sultan. Okay, in 1785 Tipu Sultan stopped the exports of sandalwood. Now, how did Tipu Sultan control British East India Company? Then in 1785 Tipu Sultan stopped the export of sandalwood. You know sandalwood, paper, cardamom through the ports of his kingdom, and disallowed local merchants from trading with the company. Now, three things Tipu Sultan did to control British East India Company. Three things he did. What are those three things? So, thing number one, he I mean he banished the trade and commerce of sandalwood. Point number two, he disallowed the trade and commerce of paper and cardamom through his ports. And the final things, he disagreed with the trade and commerce of local merchants from East India Company. So from these 3 points, he tried to control British East India Company. He also established a close relationship with the French in India. Okay, as I mentioned that he was very much influenced with French Revolution also. He had a deeply impact of French Revolution over him. So he was very much impressed. So he tried to make a contact with the French East Indian Company that was at that time in India, and modernized his army with their help. And he tried to modernize his army with the help of French East India Company. Now this is figure number 9. Cornwallis receiving the sons of Tipu Sultan as hostage, painted by Daniel Orme. Okay, Daniel Orme has is a painter. So this is Lord Cornwallis. He earlier he was in South India, but later on he became the governor of Bengal, Mr. Lord Cornwallis, and he implemented the zamindari system in Bengal. So Mr. in the year 1792-93. Okay. Lord Cornwallis receiving the sons of Tipu Sultan as hostage. It means they were captured by Lord Cornwallis, and this painting has been made by Daniel Orme in 1793. The company forces were defeated by Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan in several battles, but in 1792 attacked by the combined forces of Madras, the Nizam of Hyderabad, and the company. Tipu was forced sign a treaty with the British by which two of his sons were taken away by as hostages. Now, in 1792, in third Anglo-Mysore War, in that battle, Tipu was defeated by British East India Company, the Nizam of Hyderabad. With these and in British East India Company, the army were sent from Calcutta and Madras. Okay, and with the help of Nizam of Hyderabad, they people defeated Tipu Sultan and signed a treaty with him that two of his sons will be with British East India Company as captive, as what should I say, as hostage or captive people. Okay, his sons were taken away as hostage. British painters always liked painting scenes that showed the strength of British power, and British painters always try to paint such a kind of things that showed British annexation or British strength. The British were furious. Okay, They saw Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan as ambitious, arrogant, and dangerous rulers who had been controlled and crushed. Okay, four wars was fought with the Mysore. As I mentioned you, early Mysore wars. I mean, Anglo-Mysore War first, Anglo-Mysore War two, Anglo-Mysore War three, or Anglo-Mysore War four. So these four wars were fought between British East India Company and Tipu Sultan. Only in the last, the Battle of Srirangapatnam, did the company ultimately win a victory. Okay. Actually, earlier three wars, I mean Anglo-Mysore War number one, Anglo-Mysore War number two, Anglo-Mysore War number three. All these three wars were ended with the treaty. I mean, not a single. Exactly none party win, none party won. But during fourth Anglo-Mysore War, the result came, and in that war, the company was declared as a winning party. Did the company ultimately win a victory? Okay. Tipu Sultan was killed defending his capital, Srirangapatnam. And what this question will come? What was the capital of Srirangapatnam? Oh, sorry, Mysore. Or what was the capital of Tipu Sultan? Then the correct answer will be Srirangapatnam. Okay. Then ultimately Tipu Sultan was also killed while he was saving his capital, Srirangapatnam. Mysore was placed under the former ruling dynasty of Wadiyars, and a subsidiary alliance was imposed on the states. ठीक है ना? And ultimately Mysore was governed by a small ruler of Wadiyar dynasty, a very young ruler of Wadiyar dynasty, and the subsidiary alliance treaty was imposed upon the state. Now we will come to this heading, the legends of Tipu. Kings are often surrounded by legend and their powers, glorified through folklore. Here is a legend about Tipu Sultan, who became the ruler of Mysore in 1782. It is said that once he went to hunting the forest with a French friend. There he came face to face with a tiger. His gun did not work. At his dagger fell to the ground. He battled with the tiger unarmed until he managed to reach down and pick up the dagger. Finally, he was able to kill the tiger in the battle. Okay. After this, he came to known as the Tiger of Mysore. He had the image of the tiger this on his flag. So these are some important information about Tipu Sultan, that how he went to forest for hunting with a French friend, and then rifle was not working, and his dagger also fell into on the ground, and then how he was managed to fight with tiger that surprisingly came in front of him, and he was able to defeat it, and he killed it also. So that is why he was called the Tiger of Mysore. Now Tipu's toy tiger. Okay, this is also an image that is designed. This is a picture of a big mechanical toy of Tipu possessed. You can see a tiger mauling a European soldier. When its handle was turned, the toy tiger roared and the soldier shrieked. This toy tiger is now kept in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. Now, this toy tiger has been kept in Albert Museum and Victoria, London. Okay. The British took it away when Tipu Sultan died defending his capital Seringatpatnam on 4th May 1799. I mean, it was a toy made by Tipu, some people, and in that toy, I mean, our tiger is just, controlling or just wounding an European trader. Okay, and when its handle used to be turned, then the tiger used to roar. Okay, tiger used to roar while the European person used to shrink. So this was a toy type thing. Now, but it is also symbolic, we should learn, it is also symbolic. Okay, it is not only toy type. What was the symbol? That Tiger of Mysore, like Tipu Sultan, was trying to defeat, to whom? To European company. So that is the homework for you people today, and that is the class for you people today. Now your first homework, submit me your chapter number first exercise, history chapter number 1 exercise. Please submit me in Google e-classroom. Okay, this is your homework number first. Chapter history chapter number 1, when, how, where, the exercise of that chapter. Please submit me in Google classroom exercise. Okay, question answer last. Okay, after the end of the chapter there will be one exercise. So I have already asked you to do, and someone of have you submitted it also. The people who have not yet submitted are requested hereby to submit it to me Google classroom. Okay, now we would like to give some homework for you. The question number one for you people, that write 5 points upon Tipu Sultan. Write 5 points upon Tipu Sultan. Question number 2, make a table. Make a table, and on one side write write on one side write the name of battle, like first Anglo-Mysore War, second Anglo-Mysore War, third Anglo-Mysore War, then fourth Anglo-Mysore War, and on the opposite side write down its date, in which year these wars were fought. The next answer is, why did Tipu Sultan why did or sorry why was Tipu Sultan called the Tiger of Mysore? Why was Tipu Sultan called the Tiger of Mysore? Okay, and the last question is, what is the story of the figure number 9? What is the story? I mean, you have to write down within 3-4 lines. Then in this figure number 9, page number 17, figure number 9, you have to write about the story. Okay, so what is the story of this figure? Okay, page number 9, that figure number 9, page number 17. So this is your homework. Do it and show it to me.